In the glittering halls of the Seraphis Empire, where perfection was measured in symmetry, slender frames, and radiant skin, Princess Valora was considered a mistake. She was large by her people's standards, broad-shouldered, full-figured, her body not sculpted like the marble ideals the aristocrat worshipped. Her father, Emperor Helix, saw her as a political inconvenience, a blemish in a lineage known for beauty and ruthlessness. When the Emperor heard that the Human Confederacy was sending a delegation to the edge of the Orion sector, seeking mechanical expertise for peace-driven trade, he laughed cruelly. "Send Valora," he declared. "Let them see the jewel of my empire." The court snickered, the nobles whispered, and Valora, silent and proud, bowed her head and accepted the mission. She knew it wasn't an honor. It was exile disguised as diplomacy. Her escort, a small vessel named the Sovereign's Mockery, carried her toward the barren industrial moon of Arc-9, a human world famous for its shipyards, not its beauty. The people there were rough, covered in soot and grease, building the machines that powered empires. The moment Valora's ship descended, humans gathered around in silence. She expected laughter, disgust, whispers of mockery as she had endured all her life. Instead, a tall, broad-shouldered human with scarred hands and kind eyes stepped forward. His name was Jace Rowan, a mechanic known across the sector for reviving ships thought beyond repair. He extended his hand and smiled. "Welcome to Arc-9, Princess. You look like someone who doesn't break easy." No sneer, no mockery, just respect. Valora blinked, unsure how to respond. "You don't seem surprised to see me." He chuckled, brushing off his gloves. "We don't judge people by their shape here, only by whether they can lift a plasma wrench." For the first time in years, Valora felt her chest loosen, not from shame, but from the first stirrings of hope. Middle, the mechanic and the princess. Arc-9 was a strange, dirty paradise. Towers of steel stretched toward the pale sun, and the air hummed with the rhythm of welding torches and reactor pulses. Valora had expected disgust, but instead found a community built on survival, not vanity. She was given modest quarters above Jace's workshop, a labyrinth of gears, drone parts, and humming servos. For the first week, she barely left her room. She had been taught that her worth was in her appearance, and here, among humans who valued work and grit, she didn't know what to be. Then one night, the lights flickered. The workshop's fusion stabilizer had failed, threatening to explode. Jace ran into the chaos with a wrench in one hand and a toolkit in the other. Without thinking, Valora followed. "Stay back," he yelled. "I'm not helpless," she shouted back, rolling up her sleeves. Her heavy frame moved with surprising speed and strength. When a pipe burst, she braced it with her bare arms while Jace rerouted the pressure valve. Sparks flew. Steam hissed, but together they held it. When it was over, they stood panting in the haze. Jace's eyes widened as he realized she wasn't the fragile royal he'd expected. "You just saved my life," he said softly. She shrugged. "I was trained to endure mockery, not death. This was easier." He laughed, genuinely, and for the first time, so did she. Days turned into weeks. Valora learned to repair engines, pilot drones, and navigate the massive hangar ships humans built. Her mind was sharp and her strength unmatched. The workers started calling her the Iron Princess. And Jace, he started looking at her differently, not as a guest, not as royalty, but as a partner. One night, under the soft hum of the forge, Jace brought her a broken mechanical heart, a fragment from an old AI core that once powered a battleship. "It's dead," he said, handing it to her. Valora studied it, her brow furrowed. "Or sleeping." He grinned. "You sound like me when I first found it." Together they worked late into the night, restoring the IE circuitry. When it finally flickered to life, a soft, childlike voice echoed, "Who are my creators?" Jace looked at Valora. Guess we just brought something back from the dead. The moment lingered, the soft light of rebirth reflected in her eyes. They had built something together, something neither empire nor prejudice could taint. But peace rarely lasts. The turning point, the Emperor's wrath. News of Valora's survival and growing influence reached Seraphis Prime within months. Reports said she was thriving, leading humans in innovation, building new hybrid technology that merged alien efficiency with human creativity. To Emperor Helix, it was an insult. The daughter he sent as a joke was becoming a legend. He ordered an immediate recall. When she refused, he declared her a traitor. Jace was in the workshop when the Imperial fleet appeared in orbit. Massive, obsidian ships blotting out the stars. Sirens wailed through Arc-9. "Valora, they're here for you," he shouted. Valora's face was pale but resolute. "Then they'll see what their joke has become." She climbed aboard one of the hybrid ships they had built together, a fusion of human steel and alien grace, the Aegis Dawn. Jace joined her, refusing to stay behind. When the Emperor's hologram flickered to life on the command deck, his golden eyes were cold. "You disgrace our bloodline," he hissed. "Come home and kneel, or be erased." Valora stood tall, her voice unwavering. "You sent me away because you thought I was unworthy. But hey, I found what beyond your vanity. I found strength, purpose, and love." Helix sneered. "Love? With a human? You shame us all." Jay stepped forward. "Funny, Your Majesty, because she's the best of both our worlds. Maybe that's what scares you." The Emperor's ships opened fire. Climax, the battle for Arc-9. The Aegis Dawn roared to life, its hybrid engines glowing blue-white. Human and alien engineers across Arc-9 joined the fight, launching retrofitted defense ships into the sky. Jace manned the weapon systems while Valora piloted. The ship danced between plasma beams, returning fire with precision. Every move they made was seamless, two souls synced by trust and instinct. Enemy flagship powering main cannon. Jace yelled. Valora's eyes narrowed. "Then we take the shot before they do." They dove through debris fields, dodging molten fragments, closing in on the Emperor's dreadnought. As the ship's main cannon charged, Valora transferred all power to the forward thrusters. "Valora!" Jace shouted. "If you do this, then at least a joke end with me." She locked the trajectory. The Aegis Dawn blazed through the chaos, slamming into the dreadnought shield with a blinding boast. The explosion rocked the orbit, and for a moment, silence fell across the stars. When the light faded, Jace and Valora were still alive. The Aegis Dawn's AI had cocooned them in an energy barrier, using every last spark of its resurrected heart. The Emperor's flagship was crippled. His fleet retreated, and Valora, standing on the bridge, watched the wreckage drift into darkness. "He built his empire on mockery," she said quietly. "Now it's built on memory." Ending. A new kind of royalty. Weeks later, Arc-9 rebuilt itself. The alliance between humans and Seraphis rebels grew stronger, united by Valora's defiance and courage. Jace and Valora stood side by side in the hangar, overlooking a new generation of ships, the Dawn-class fleet, forged from both human and alien designs. She wore no crown, no royal robes, just a mechanic's coat smeared with grease and pride.